Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Strike Force. We have two major things to cover in today's video. We are live with the ARES Battle Pass, so we're going to take a look at that. I've also broken down the math in terms of what the expectations are for you in terms of if you're looking to buy into ARES or not, what the scenarios would be to get a 5 yellow, a 6 yellow, and a 7 yellow ARES, and some additional details around that. Or, if you just don't want to buy ARES at all, then you'll find out the math in terms of how many passes will get you what. We also have the event store for the event that started today, the radioactive prep event for Purple ISO. We're going to take a look at that as well in the second half of the video. So if you're ready to go, let's boil this down. Now, let's start things off with the ARES Battle Pass, which went live today. There's a couple of things that you need to know. A lot of people actually forget that there is this Premium Plus version. So we're going to talk about this a little bit, but essentially, and my head's in the way, but this is basically about 20 US dollars here. That's where my frame is blocking it. And this is 50 US dollars. For me, it's 25 Canadian versus $70 Canadian, so almost triple the amount of price. But the reason why you would want to buy Premium Plus is going to be for the heavy whales, is that you're going to need to buy this 6 times over 3 months to get the additional Helms of Ares to get you a 2 diamond Ares. So if you just buy the Premium Pass 6 times over the next 3 months, you're going to get a 7 yellow, 7 red Ares. But if you want the 2 diamond Ares, then you need to buy this 6 times. So essentially the difference of 180 US dollars to get the 2 diamond, which I don't think is worth it. But I want to, instead of just scrolling around, what you can see here is also the passive awakened ability material. This is going to be in every single free-to-play track. So by the time that you get enough for this, which I believe is the 5th pass, I have to double check. I don't remember the character, to be honest, how many of these you actually need. But as far as I'm aware, it's towards the end of the 5th pass or the start of the 5th pass or something like that to get the passive. But it is free to play available. I'm not going to scroll through the entire pass, but I'm going to basically break down for you exactly what you need. So this is the math. I did this on a table. I also posted this in my Discord channel. So this is the math for Ares. That in the paid track, there's 95 shards of him there, and in the free track, there's 40. So in total, one pass is 135. So if you buy into that first pass, then you're going to get a 3-star Ares. Now, how are you going to get to like a 5-star, a 6-star, and a 7-star? Well, you basically need to buy one paid pass only to get a 5-star by the end of the 3 months. That's paid 95 shards and then 240 shards, which is 40 times 6, and then add them up and you get over 310. So that's going to be a 5-star there. Now, if you want to get a 6-star, you basically need to buy 3 of the 6 passes to get enough shards to be 510 for that 6-star. However, if you want the 7-star, you do need to buy into all 6 of them. So the reason why I'm doing this is just to kind of let people know what the expectations are. If you buy or if you don't buy. If you don't buy any of them, I believe the expectation would be then minus the 95. So you would not get a 5-star. You'd be like 4.5 star maybe. I think by the end of this all in the 3-month time period. Now, everyone is going to get the 7 red free to play though, because you're going to get that through getting the Helms of Ares through the through the pass, and then eventually through the milestone. That the 7 red is actually available, free, which is good. But in terms of the diamonds, like I mentioned, you're going to need to get that through the Premium Plus Pass, which is honestly a crazy expensive endeavor, and I would not recommend this personally. So entirely up to you. I may buy one pass and then just go for this 5-star variant of Ares because I don't like what they've done to the pass. They've actually subtracted the total amount of resources. So there's a little bit more training modules, but there's less gold. I believe it's about 4.5 million gold less on the paid track. And the paid track for DPCs are 400 less. So you used to get 3,500 and now it's 3,100. So that's kind of important to know. I was never really a big fan of the RTA pass, so Ares shards are just the bonus. But other than that, it's pretty much the same as before, just less of the gold and less of the DPCs. So I might get one, the first one, and then after that, not bother. And so I want to show you what that means as well with the Ares. Sorry, with the Ares, what's it called? Drums of War here. You can find it here. It lasts for 85 days. So pretty much the full length of the 6 battle passes. And you can see the variety of different red stars that you'll get for free. You get this 50, you get 50 per pass, right? So you're going to get all the way up to a 7 red by the end of the 6th pass. And then there's the 2 diamonds that you need which you'll get from the Premium Plus. Now, as far as I'm aware, is he actually in the regular Red? No, he's not in the regular Red Star. So the only way that you actually get his Red Stars is going to be through the pass. However, he is not a DPC character. So I guess at some point in the future, he will be available to purchase through the promo store. But when that's going to be, I think it's going to be well after the 3 months, the normal, time that they would be added in, that kind of thing. So do expect that to come sometime later. And I think that that brings us to the radio. Actually, yeah, I think that brings us. Actually, oh yeah, really quickly about the awakened abilities because I thought people wanted to know about this. Also, the showcase is 84 days. No, you're not farming this for 84 days. They're all first time rewards. So make sure you go through this. There's a little bit of free stuff. Make sure you check it out. You should be able to do the story, I think, for all of them, but it's not farmable. It's just like a one-time reward thing, and you can find different awakened ability materials throughout. Now, in order to actually get it unlocked, though, I'm pretty sure you have to clear the God of War difficulty, which is a 4 yellow. I think it's in here. Yeah, the 200 basic awakened ability materials. So you need to get a 4 yellow. But that's, I think, largely free to play available too, because since this campaign is 84 days long, you should most likely get 4 yellow by the end of this free to play. However, if you want this early, of course, you would get this within the second pass. If you paid for the first pass and then got 4-star by the second pass, you could get that awakened ability there. Now, the special and the ultimate, though, I wanted to raise this really quick here. It is in here in the blog, found in a future event or offer on the special, and the ultimate will also have an offer upon promoting ARES to 5 yellow. So keep that in mind. The passive, however, can be bought early. It did mention that if you wanted to wake it open, because that's the APOC thing, right? The safeguard blocking mechanic thing, and then it will be in the store prior to season 3. So those are the places if you're looking for that. Now, let's just jump on back to the free claims, because I thought this was kind of funny. There is some free claims here. Make sure you grab these for 5 shards of Black Panther Shuri and Hank Pym. However, it does mention if you hover over it, please enjoy this free claim for a Pym Pal orb before it's gone. So, I don't know. It was supposed to be a Pym Pal orb and a Queen's Entourage orb, but instead they just gave 5 shards. Can't even QA their own descriptions, but it is what it is, because that's not any surprise there. Let's jump back into the game, though. Just make sure you do those ARES first-time rewards there. The second pool party also is live right now. Pool party float on for the new milestone, so that milestone is there as well. And you can see it in here. It's very similar to the first one. However, there is it different red gear? I mean, there's 2 red Crimson Quantum Energy. I don't know if that's new or not, but there's some tech gear in here and some other stuff as usual. So let's move on to talk about the purple ISO event store, because I think that's going to be pretty important. The numbers were pretty wild, so I need to kind of check this out. So it looks like there's about 5,400 of these currencies to buy a single crystal. Now keep in mind that each character to get to purple level 3, which is required for Dark Dimension 8, requires 9 of them, right? I'm assuming that hasn't changed. So you would need 9 of each stat, or 45 crystals per character and class, right? Make sure you have the right class for that character to get them to purple 3 and DD8 viable. Now, in terms of the expected currency, I kind of went over this, but in this event right here, minus the leaderboard payout, you're expected to get about 110,000 radioactive trees, okay? So that's by the end of this event, not including the leaderboard payout, which actually does have a fair bit as well. And so I want to kind of break that down right here. So if you used it all on the crystals, I think it was a 5,400, that's 20 crystals, which isn't bad. It's almost halfway of one character to DD8. I know that doesn't sound very good, but that's a fair bit for a single event, not including the payout, right? And so what other things are available in here, though? Do not buy the shards. Whatever you do, do not buy the shards. Now, as far as the ions go, I don't know how much this is going to be a bottleneck. And the reason for this is I kind of, so far, maybe we'll find out pretty soon what the upgrade costs are going to be, but I have this other spreadsheet here. That's the ARES one, actually. But if we scroll up ahead here, I have this. It's called the Fantasy Dark Dimension 8 table. But anyways, that's not important. The total amount of ions, purple ions, that you need to upgrade 25 characters to purple 3 is 1.87 million. Now, this does not include the ion cost to craft the crystals up to 3. I don't know how much that costs, and maybe we'll find that soon. And if there's any whales or anyone who is able to find this out for me, let me know in the comments down below, because that's going to be really important. Like, how much does it cost to craft a purple crystal to level 3? right? Because then once I find that out, then I can just fill in the gaps here, and then we'll know what the total ion cost is for the purple ions. And that's going to be really important to know, is this a good deal? This is basically, it's a 1-to-1 ratio essentially, right? So, we're not getting like 2 million treats or anything, but just for the upgrade cost is 1.87 million. And that does not include the crafting cost. How bad is the crafting cost going to be? And what is the total ion requirement in the grand scheme of things for Dark Dimension 8? Haven't quite got there yet, but hopefully we'll find the answer soon this week, because as people start getting these crystals, and I might start buying them as well, just to kind of see that, what is that cost from 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3, because once we find that out, we can get the total cost of Dark Dimension 8. So how expensive is Dark Dimension 8? Don't buy any of this shit. Like, don't buy any of this. I don't care if you need it. Do not buy it. Even if you're not onto purple ISO yet, buy purple ISO. Like, trust me, like all this other stuff, even for my alt account, is not a bottleneck in the slightest. So do not bother with any of these. Don't buy the shards. Whatever's in there, it's probably not even new characters, but if there is, don't buy it anyways. Don't worry about it. Just buy this stuff. Now, in terms of what crystals you should buy, I'm not going to tell you what crystals to buy, right? Because that's going to be entirely up to you. But from my preliminary analysis, this is my fantasy DD8, by the way, I found that more characters are brawlers that you might want to take into Dark Dimension 8. So take that with a grain of salt as well. This was like, basically, if I were to go into Dark Dimension 8 now, these are the characters you can see on the, I'm not going to go into big detail here, but you can kind of see, if you want to pause the video, you can kind of check it out a little bit. I believe I actually spoke about this in a previous video anyways, my DD7-8 video that I did recently, a couple days ago maybe. And I found out that there were more brawler characters than the other classes. So it's pretty safe to say that you could buy brawler crystals, and that would be okay as well. It's just for the ions, I just don't know if I should do like a mix of both when it comes to what I should buy. It's too early to call because I don't know what the total cost of ions is going to be. That being said, I think it's really important that we also, that means these should be in the game then, right? The purple, if that's live? Yeah, they are. So I have exactly 1. Maybe I should open exactly 1. Oh no, I have 1,000. My alt account should have 2,000. That's weird. I didn't actually get enough. That's a shame. But we can see what the contents are inside of each one of these orbs. And it should be similar to the blue one, I would think. So it's 2. Oh no, it's not. Guarantees 1 of brawler crystals on the left. Guarantees 1 of brawler on the right. Okay, so it's 2 brawler, or 2 class crystals rather, on the sides, and in the middle there is a chance for another one, 2 of them, 3 of them, or 10. Holy shit, 25. Okay, so this has changed from the blue ones a little bit, because the way that the blue ones worked contained ions. So that's really important. These do not contain ions, it seems, because if you look at the blue versions of them, let's go to the blue class ones and the brawler one, for example. We had this was a random class crystal on the side on the left, and there was guaranteed ions on the right. And the blue contained 2 of the class crystals there. So it seems like the difference between the 2 and the 3 orb is that there is no ions contained within these orbs, which is actually really important to know, because that means those ions are going to be quite valuable. It means that the only way to get ions would be through the events or through buying it in that event store. Whereas there's a little bit more, the estimated value of these orbs for the crystals are actually a lot higher, because there is jackpot chances for 10. Even 10's not bad. And this would guarantee like the full stat, like purple 3 for 1 stat for a character. So, for what that's worth. And even the 20% for 3, that's pretty good. That's like an instant, level 2, right? So these orbs are good, but they do not contain ions. And that's going to be really, really important to know. So that might make buying the event store from these T3 level 1 ions a lot more important. I do want to know, however, if somebody can get this information to me, whether it's through Discord, whether it's through YouTube, do let me know. Like, as soon as you find this out or you figured this out somewhere, let me know what the cost is for upgrading crystals, because that's going to really tell us how many ions that we're going to need. That's going to be really important. I think that's everything. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Are you ready for purple ions, purple ISO, and Dark Dimension 8 prepping? Because that's what we're going to be doing from here on out. And good luck on this week's event, which requires more Cosmic Crucible with Illuminati characters. Let me know what your thoughts are on ARES as well, and are you going to be buying into them, or what's your scenario? Are you going for the 5? Are you going for the 6? Are you crazy and going for the premium passes 6 times? I sure am not, but I think that's pretty obvious. Anyways, that's the end of this video, everyone. Oh yeah, blow your saved your saved campaign energy. I forgot to go talk about that one as well. I should have. But anyways, that's a lot of energy that I saved, and you can find it here. It is 1 to 4. I'm shocked. I'm shocked at the ratio. Wow. That is shocking, actually, in fact. So that means the math will be double what I expected it to be. So I'm happy about that, actually. I can't believe I saved this to last, actually. So go and spend your energy that you've been hoarding for today's event and collect all those juicy, juicy rewards. The orb is probably not super endgame friendly. However, it will give you more points for the radioactive prep, which, like I said, is super important. We talked about this in my event video, right? Like scoring anywhere in this like top 2,500, 5,000 is going to give you tons of radioactive treats and T3 level 1 ions, right? That you can directly convert into more ions if you want as well, or crystals. So that's going to be the end of this video, everyone. Good luck for the week, and there'll be more videos to come, of course. And that's the end of this, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Boilon signing out.